The honey badger is nature's tough guy. Stubborn, tenacious, and utterly unstoppable. You've seen the memes. You've heard the legend. But what really makes this creature so fearless? How do they grow up to be virtually invincible? And what are the secrets behind their legendary reputation? Honey badgers start life underground, safe in a burrow with their mother. Born blind, deaf, and completely helpless, their survival depends entirely on her. She moves her young to a new den every few days to avoid predators. For their first days out in the world, they're hauled around by their neck. But as soon as they become mobile, life gets even harder. If there's one thing honey badgers never avoid, it's danger. They're constantly on the move. This cub will be exposed to every danger the savannah has to offer. Even their food can be dangerous. But to start, mothers introduce their cubs to something easy. Small, crunchy, and packed with protein. There are millions of termites hiding inside the mound. And finding them teaches a young badger his most critical skill: digging. Honey badgers dig for most of their food, but that's easier said than done. Termite mounds are as tough as concrete. That's why they need 3.5 centimeter razor-sharp claws. But learning to use them takes time. This readily available protein snack will come in handy during the dry season, when larger prey is harder to find. Today, the mother has another valuable foraging lesson. Eggs of any kind are a life-saving food source in the badger's dry desert home. Eggs don't run, and they don't fight back. But some eggs are harder to crack than others. Out here, one bird lays the biggest eggs of all. Mom leaves him to it. He has to figure this one out on his own. He knows he needs to crack it. But how? Perhaps he can bang it against something hard. Ostrich eggs are packed with the nutrients he needs to grow stronger. and he'll need to. Ostriches don't just lay dinosaur-sized eggs. They have lethal kicks and claws that can gut a predator in seconds. Time to move on. Badger eyesight isn't great, but its sense of smell makes up for it. It's so powerful that it can detect insects and small mammals buried deep underground. And there's only one way to reach them. Dig. Over the past 6 months, he's become an expert excavator. His legs are short, but incredibly strong. His paws don't do all the work. His long, curved claws are built for this. Every movement is driven by scent. And he's not alone. Birds often follow honey badgers. Chats pick up the leftovers, bycatch from all the digging. The birds feast. Everyone wins. Except, of course, for whatever is at the bottom of this hole. But he's not quite quick enough. Now, the real hunt begins. Difficult creature to escape from. The mouse chooses a fortress, a fallen thorn tree. But is it enough to stop a hungry honey badger? It's a prickly and painful stalk. The fight still isn't over for the mouse. It latches onto the badger's tongue. But the retaliation doesn't last long. Fresh meat is incredibly valuable. The mouse is eaten out every last bit. Rodents are premium prey for young badgers. However, honey badger foraging often turns up far more sinister prey. Snake hunting lessons have to start somewhere. He knows it's food, but he doesn't know how to handle it. He quickly learns, never attack head-on. Mistakes like this forge a badger's snake hunting skills. This time, the snake isn't venomous. But if it was, he'd be in serious trouble. He adjusts his strategy. His reactions are quicker. Moving around the back works. He was bitten several times, but they're all worth it. Because the next snake he faces might be deadly. By the age of 1, honey badgers are stronger, faster, and more fearless. But survival in the wild demands more than strength. It requires resilience. Over their lifetime, honey badgers develop an astonishing tolerance to pain and venom. And to build it, they must face some of the most dangerous creatures in the bush. Venomous snakes, like the puff adder, one of the most painful bites in the world. Cobras. Their venom attacks the nervous system, shutting down movement. Swarms of angry bees. And lethal scorpions. Scorpions are nocturnal predators. But during the day, they like to hide out underground. Makes them a perfect target. For a young badger, it may not look that threatening. But on the end of the tail is a venomous stinger, capable of delivering excruciating pain. Another hit. His face is on fire now. But every sting builds up a resistance to venom. It's dinner time. The drive for food is stronger than the pain. But the fight isn't over. The venom is already coursing through his body. It causes stiffness, lethargy. But his body is busy fighting it. A secret weapon, hard at work. There's a unique mutation in his blood cell that stops the molecules from binding to them and neutralizes the toxins. Every sting makes his tolerance stronger. He's soon on the move again, becoming tougher with every hunt. While scorpions and rodents are valuable prey, snakes make up a quarter of a honey badger's diet. And the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. The Cape cobra is one of the world's most venomous snakes. Its bite is almost as toxic as a black mamba's and can kill a human in just 30 minutes. For a honey badger, it's a 1.5 meter long protein bar. Cobras love lurking around weaver trees, slithering up to raid the nests of hatchlings. Or prey on any protective parents. A honey badger's super-sensitive nose often leads him straight to the aftermath and the undeniable stench of death. This time, there's a cobra still up there. A honey badger's long, curved claws aren't just for digging. They're built-in grappling hooks, perfect for scaling trees. The cobra sees trouble coming and makes a run for it. But the badger isn't letting this meal go. A swift bite to the back of the head. He's learning fast. Pain is temporary. Survival is everything. And when it comes to high-value food, this next snack is a honey badger's absolute favorite. It's what they're named after. It's heavily guarded by bees. Lots of bees. For most animals, one sting is manageable. A handful, excruciating. But thousands, all at once, can be deadly. The honey badger is built for this. Its skin is really thick, tough enough to withstand fangs, claws, even machete blows. Its small ears fold shut. Heavy eyelids shield the eyes. Every part of the honey badger is built for survival. Yet, despite all these defenses, there's no grand strategy for raiding a beehive. No clever maneuver or careful planning. Just a full-speed charge straight into the swarm. He doesn't flinch. Because he knows what's inside. Honey and bee larvae. Even with his thick skin, some stings still get through. But that's just another layer of his resistance. With the raid complete, there's no need to hang around. As the sun dips below the horizon, the bush begins to change. The daytime hunters retreat, and a new cast of creatures takes the stage. Some are looking for food. Others are the food. And then there's the honey badger. Hunger wakes him before the night has even begun. Time to hunt. The sudden squeal of death. A puff adder. And it's already killed a mouse. A convenient appetizer. Now, for the main course. A successful takedown, but he's been bitten in the face. The puff adder's cytotoxic venom is among the most devastating in Africa. Now it takes effect. This is what he's been trained to survive. While he's out, his secret weapon gets to work. Venom neutralized, and he's soon back on his feet. For most animals, survival means avoiding risks. For a honey badger, it means doubling down until everyone else gives up. And it's not just the big predators that pose a threat. Sometimes it's a pack of wild dogs. Wild dogs are expert hunters. They work together in coordinated packs. Taking down prey far bigger than a honey badger. So, this lot thinks they've got it covered. But the best form of defense is attack. Step 1. Face your attacker. Step 2. Backtrack. Let them think they have the upper hand. Then, charge. Giving you enough time to escape. For a honey badger, retreat is rarely the first option. Unpredictability is its greatest weapon. Lions are a badger's biggest threat in the wild. And yet, somehow, this pride looks more nervous than the badger's. Six lions, 2 badgers. The odds aren't great. But the badgers stay focused on survival. These lions are young and inexperienced. They hesitate. The badgers don't. A lion tries to pin one down, but honey badgers don't stay down. And when there's an opening, they bite. Ears, tails, whatever they can sink their teeth into. No need to stay longer than necessary. The lions soon work out it's not worth the trouble. Honey badgers don't discriminate when it comes to challenges. Big or small, they face whatever comes their way. If something poses a threat, they make sure it thinks twice. Some tourists managed to capture such a standoff. A honey badger has stumbled across a mother leopard teaching her cubs how to hunt. Their mistake. The leopard assumes a quick mauling will do the job. The badger wriggles free. Most animals would take the chance to run, but instead, the badger stands its ground. Three against one. Not ideal. But the badger's sheer audacity is giving the leopard second thoughts. What started as a simple hunting lesson is turning into a barroom brawl. And honey badgers never back down from a fight. The mother leopard decides to pull the plug. And just like that, the honey badger carries on as if nothing happened. Lions, leopards, hyenas. They've all learned the same lesson. Tangling with a badger is often not worth the trouble. It might not win every battle, but they make it unbearable for everyone involved. By 1.5 years old, a honey badger is ready for a place of its own. The problem is that underground space doesn't come easy. With daytime temperatures over 38 degrees and large carnivores prowling at night, the housing market is highly competitive. Every decent burrow is already taken, so finding territory isn't about location, it's about negotiation. And for a honey badger, that means biting, growling, and generally making a scene until someone backs down. After a long search, the honey badger finds a spot that's just right. Enough cover, plenty of prey nearby, a water source within reach, and best of all, a burrow. It's spacious and has multiple entrances. A perfect underground stronghold. Except for one problem. It's occupied. Porcupines are trouble. And, like honey badgers, they're geared for confrontation. But the badger isn't here for a fight. It's here for the burrow. The challenge, getting the current resident to leave. The porcupine is similar in size. It also has sharp claws, strong teeth, and an antisocial attitude. But with one major advantage. 30,000 lethal quills. Charging straight in is the quickest way to become a pincushion. The badger needs a different strategy. It's going to have to taunt and frustrate the porcupine into leaving. And if there's one defining badger quality, it's persistence. Once out in the open, the real battle begins. For every advance, the porcupine responds with a reversing wall of spikes. The badger now has a new home. A little housekeeping, maybe some minor renovations, but it's all his. By the time a honey badger reaches 3, it has survival down to a science. Territorial life is straightforward. Wake up, patrol the boundaries, sniff for intruders and mark the space. With a signature scent, no one forgets. If something crosses the line, a curious aardvark, a wandering tortoise, it's badgered ferociously. Most animals get the message after one encounter. The few that don't get a reminder. Even a 10-kilo rock monitor. The lizard doesn't have quills, but it does have a long, powerful tail. That can whip hard enough to stun even a badger. There are no winners here, just mutual respect. By now, the honey badger has built up enough scars to tell 100 stories. Its territory is secure. Its hunting skills are sharp. And most predators know better than to test it. A honey badger is no ordinary animal. It's a force of nature. Everything about it is built for survival. From its razor-sharp claws to jaws that don't let go. It literally eats venomous snakes for breakfast. Apex predators, a minor inconvenience for the most part. Other animals avoid danger. The honey badger faces it head-on. It's hard to beat, and it won't be contained. Why? Because it's a honey badger.